Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm going to run you through all of the rare resources and just generally the things you should be collecting every single day. You might look at these and think, I don't need that right now, but trust me, there will likely be a time when you will need them, and some of them you will need a lot of. So it's definitely better to be prepared. Don't forget to like and also subscribe, but let's get into the video. So before we get into each of the individual resources that you should be collecting every day, I just want to go through a couple little hints and maybe tips that you should know about. First of all of the items that I'm going to talk about in this video are specifically rarer items and things that you are going to need a lot of. Generally, I would say that it is very important that you are collecting everything you possibly can when you are out exploring. This will make your life so much easier later on in the game because you will need lots of resources for crafting sketches, ability outfits, and furniture/decorating is also coming to the game at some point. Now, we don't know what kind of fashion this will come in, whether we will have to craft furniture pieces with resources that we have collected in the world, but if that is the case, I highly recommend that you stockpile as much as you can. There is no inventory limit, so there is no reason why you can't just take that extra second or two to grab everything you come across. Secondly, it is also worth knowing about the respawn times for items. Although some things such as enemies and bling will respawn at the server reset time every single day, bugs, forageables, animals and fish will respawn 24 hours after they have been harvested. This is important as some of the items that I'm going to talk about today can only be collected once in a 24-hour period. Once you have collected all of a particular resource in the world, you are able to track the cooldown time and you'll be able to see how long it is until you can harvest it again. You can do this by going to your map and finding the particular collectible you are after in the book, and it will show underneath the bottom a timer if you have got everything. This is super useful for planning your play and a great way to know if you have got everything. I do think it would be better for players if it all did reset at the same time, as this would just make it a little bit easier and give players that little bit more flexibility with their playing. However, that is probably a conversation for another day. So let's first start with forageables. The first one I want to suggest is sunny orchids, which may sound odd as these are pretty common throughout Flora Wish and they spawn near to water such as the coast and the river areas. But there is a reason why I am telling you to collect all of these sunny orchids, and that's because you will need it for one of the Momo Cloak recipes. The Momo Cloak Leisure variety is unlocked after activating 50 wart spires, and you can collect this from the advanced courses section. In order to craft this cloak, you will need 100 sunny orchid essence, which is a lot, so give yourself a little bit of a head start and get collecting them. It is also worthwhile collecting rainy orchids when it is raining too, because the Momo Cloak, the Vault edition, requires 50 rainy orchid essence, and I always find that I never have enough of these. These are obviously going to be a little bit harder to collect as the world conditions have to be correct, but definitely if you see them, grab them. Secondly, I want to talk about Pollen. It isn't necessarily a rare resource, but it is one that I always seem to be short of, and I don't know if this is just a me problem or not. Pollen are only harvestable at night time, so perhaps that is why they are not the easiest to come by. The sketch from Momo's Coat Leisure again also requires 100 of these, so it is worthwhile collecting them if you come across them. Thirdly, once you have unlocked the wishing woods, you'll want to collect the soul fruit or the stellar fruit every day. The soul fruit will spawn during the day and the stellar fruit spawn at night. There are quite a few trees spread throughout the wishing woods area, and whilst harvesting them, be sure to catch the mask wing bugs also. 10 soul fruits are required for the Wishful Eraser Miracle outfit, but just generally these items are good to have on hand ready for crafting. Next up, we have the key animals you should definitely not skip grooming every day. I'll start off in Flora Wish, and outside of Bibcoon's Chuckle Club, you'll find the only Bibcoon that is currently available on the map. Grooming the Bibcoon will give you the Bibcoon Furball item, and because there is only one on the map, this obviously limits how much you can collect, which is why you should definitely stop here whilst you're out and about. In the Breezy Meadow, you will find the Swan Gazebo area, and here you will find the Tuxtail and Rose Crown Swans. These swans drop Rose Velvet and Night Velvet. It is worth noting that you can't groom the swans when they are out swimming in the water. They seem to spend nighttime on land, so I recommend trying to visit the area when it is night during the game. You will need these resources for a few sketches, but also later on you will require 2 of each essence for creating the Golden Dance Wishful Eraser makeup. Also in the Breezy Meadow at this location you will find the Buquet, which upon brushing will give you the Buquet Felt. Again, there is only one available on the map. It is worth noting that around the Buquet you will also find Brussels flies. There are usually 3 around the Buquet itself, but I have also found some on the path near to the habitat. The Brussels flies are also unique to this area, so be sure to collect them too. In Stoneville, you'll find 2 creatures that I highly recommend grooming daily. These are the Suspender Weasel, which will provide you with Suspender's Fluff. Although these can be found in the Abandoned District also, I found them more prevalent in Stoneville, and particularly on the south of the river, there is an area where quite a few do tend to spawn together. Also around Stoneville, you will find the adorable looking dogs called bowlers. They provide you with bowler fluff. These again are generally quite rare to come by. There doesn't feel like there is many on the map at all. So if you're in the area hunting weasels, be sure to keep your eye out for these as well. In the Abandoned District, you will find the Astral Swan. This is not only a beautiful creature, but it also provides astral feathers. Again, there is only 1 Astral Swan on the map, so be sure you are collecting this. There is conveniently a warp spire right next to it, so be sure to leave a marker or remember the spire so you can just quickly head here and grab the item. In the Wishing Woods, you will be able to obtain Crown Fluff, which comes from Crown Deers. Crown Deers spawn with Reef Does, and they will also drop Reef Fluff, but only 1 Crown Deer will spawn with that particular pack, so they will be slightly rarer. There are usually some spawns around the Grand Melee Wish Tree, so keep your eyes out there for them. And of course, the final animal is the Dawn Fox. This is a legendary creature, and grooming this will drop Dawn Fluff. You can find this animal in this particular area of the Wishing Woods, and I recommend setting a marker so you don't lose it. The Dawn Fox is very skittish, and the best way I've found to groom the animal is by using the shrinking ability, and then when you get near to the fox, change to the grooming outfit. If the fox hides in its little home, just change to the shrinking ability again, and then it should come out for you. This one is very important. It's used for quite a few things, so really do try and get this one in every single day. Now we are onto bugs. There aren't that many rare bugs that I would really recommend actively going out and hunting every single day, but one that is particularly hard is the Socko, so maybe bear this one in mind if you do see it out and about. There are approximately 7 spawn locations for this bug throughout Flora Wish and Breezy Meadow. They are generally found on rocks, and the best method to catch them is to slowly creep up on them. I wouldn't go out of my way to get these, but if you do see them, definitely try and grab them. Because they are very skittish, it does make them that much rarer. The other bug that I struggle with is the Manny Beetle, and this is notoriously annoying to catch. It is only available in the Wishing Woods and can be found on trees and tree trunks that have fallen. The trick again is to slowly creep up on this one, but for some reason they seem to scare very easily. Catching this beetle annoys me so much, and because I scare it so often, it is now being dug for in my dig pair pal function all the time for me. And finally, we need to talk about fishing. I'm not the biggest fan of fishing, but I have been trying to force myself to catch these particular fish every single day. The rarest fish is the tule tail, and the majority of the time there will only be 1 spawn of this fish. To find this fish, you will have to go to the Stellar Fishing Ground, which is in the Abandoned District, so you will have had to unlock this area, and when you do, you will fully appreciate the beauty of it. Another fish you should consider hunting for is the whisker fish. This fish is required for the Wishful Eraser outfit, and you do require some of the essences for some of the other sketches. The whisker fish is unique to the Breezy Meadows area, and you might struggle to find some location. I have seen some reports of people saying that it's not showing up on their map correctly. So if you see it, make sure you catch it as well. Carry fins are a variety of fish found in Flora Wish, and they are reportedly rare too. I have seen some people suggest that this can only be caught once. However, I have definitely caught it more than 1 occasion in a single day, so I'm not sure how accurate that is. Also, lampfish are quite rare as they can only be found in caves, and there's not an abundance of cave fishing spots, so it's worth attending these spots if you are nearby to them. Before we finish up, I did quickly mention the Dig Pair Pal app earlier. Some of the collection items I've discussed here today are not going to be able to be collected from the Dig Pair Pal. However, definitely use this to your advantage for those hard to find resources. I know everyone will probably do this differently, but just to give you an idea of what I dig for, at present I am utilizing the feature to collect stern belts, as I need 30 of them for a Momo cloak sketch, and they are just impossible to get hold of many of them. I'm also digging for shining particles, and then from there I will choose 2 of the harder to find items. I'll just go through and see which ones I am low on. So there we go. Make sure that you are collecting all of these things every single day, and you will find that you are never short of things when you unlock a new sketch. Have a great rest of your day. Let me know if you found this helpful, and I'll see you again soon with another video. Bye bye.